What's up, Tim Sykes here with my tips on life. How do you succeed? Just be real and just be present and just don't flake. There are so many flakes, I can't even begin to tell you. I could do like a 5-hour video and break down all the flakes that I've dealt with over the years. Listen, life is too short. You know, you're going to run into flakes. You're going to run into negative people, toxic people. You're going to hate them. You're going to be frustrated. There's always going to be another one. Newsflash, there's a lot of screw-ups in this world. Don't be one of them. And understand, I get it. Like, there's issues. Sometimes you have like a health condition. Sometimes, traffic. Sometimes your flight gets, delayed. Sometimes your luggage gets lost. Stuff does happen in the world. But what I've found is that the flakes that I know, and no names in particular, but they flake again and again and again and again. There's always some new excuse. And it's like, they think that you're not onto them. You are. Everybody is. Okay? I can legit name 20 flakes off the top of my head. And I'm not going to, because it's not about any one person in particular. But I make this video to hopefully help you avoid being one of these. Because guess what? As sneaky as you are, if you're like sneaking off, whatever your reasoning, everyone knows that you are a flake. They might not know what you're doing. They might not care what you're doing. But in our minds, there are reliable people and there are flakes. And it's not like black and white. But you don't want to deal with flakes. I don't want to deal with flakes unless I absolutely have to. And this is why I'm saying, if you learn to be real, if you're just human, if you're just like, yo, I messed up, I screwed up, I did this, and you don't try to make up a lie, you don't try to make up an excuse, people will respect that more. They might not like it. They might be like, oh, you're unprofessional or whatever. Some people say like, oh, Tim, you're unprofessional. I say, thank you. Yes, I am. I'm not a professional. I don't ever want to be a professional. I don't think you should be a professional. In this age of the internet, in this age of social media, with so much fakery, especially with influencers, right? An influencer might have like the worst time whatsoever. Like they might, and again, no names, but they might have like just the worst, absolute worst time. But because they're getting paid or they're getting free stuff from a company, they're like selfie and they're like, look how great this is. And this is not just an influencer thing. This is Hollywood. This is entertainment. This is LA. I'm sure it's in Bollywood. I'm sure it's in other entertainment capitals of the world too. But there's one thing to be like an actor and like you have a script and you're following a story. And there's another just to be a liar or a flake. You don't want to be like that. I wish I could tell you that, if you're unprofessional, everything will be okay. I can't say that. Many people with normal jobs, not like traders, but in the normal professional business world, if you are unprofessional, you'll probably get fired from jobs. You'll probably get looked at as unprofessional. I definitely get looked at as unprofessional, but I want to do that. And I'm fortunate to be in an industry full of flakes. And this is what I'm trying to say. When your industry is full of flakes or fakes or liars or cheats or incompetent people, you just have to do the opposite and you will succeed. I'm not saying that, you have to be perfect. Again, just be real, okay? The more real you can be as we enter this age of fakery, especially, with AI, like there's a lot of fake photos, fake videos, there's fake voices, you have deep fake. Can we show deep fake Tom Cruise? Is that allowed or no?
I think so.
There's a whole deep fake Tom Cruise and the account is hilarious on TikTok, but it's not Tom Cruise. And I guarantee you that in the coming years, there's going to be like fake photos, fake videos, edited photos and videos. You can't control that. All you can do is control yourself and who you are and how you operate business-wise, relationship-wise. People always know where they stand with me. And that's something I really take pride in. It's not always the prettiest. Some people know that I just dislike them. Some people know that I just have no tolerance for their BS. But at least I'm going to be real with them. In that way, I don't have to walk on eggshells. It's a much, I think, less stressful way to live. There's a lot of fake people where they're always worried, like someone's going to catch on to me. There's fake traders who are paper trading. just to get into trading for a second. You think that they're so good, but they're actually paper trading. Or guess what? They're not paper trading, and paper trading is just where you're not using real money. But let's say where people aren't showing all their losses, especially on Twitter. If you look at the traders on Twitter, you'd think 90 to 100% of people make money. When if you look at academic studies, in reality, 90 to 100% of traders lose money. It's a very shady world. E-Trade, for example, has this little dancing baby. Like, look how fun trading and investing is. If that baby were an accurate representation of trading and investing, the baby would be black and blue. It would be blurred out, it would be bloody, because trading in the stock market and finance is a battlefield. The baby is not equipped to survive, let alone thrive in battle. But people don't want to see that. People don't want to hear that 90% of traders lose. There's so many Discord chat rooms these days, it blows my mind. Who are these people in these Discord chat rooms? You don't know. You might think that there's 1,000 people in a Discord chat room and everyone's talking about a stock and you're like, wow, this stock looks amazing. Everyone's so amped. When in reality, it could just be 10 promoters with 100 screen names each. And they're just typing in the ticker, trying to pump up the stock, making newbies, non-cynical people, think that a lot of people are interested in the stock. Not necessarily in one Discord chat room. There could be 10 Discord chat rooms. There could be a Discord chat room. There could be a Telegram group. Everyone thinks that this stock is so amazing. But it's this herd mentality. This is what I'm saying. With the fakes and the flakes, there's so many different ways that this stuff is being used to confuse people, to disguise the truth. It holds you back in your career. It holds you back in the stock market. I can't tell you how many people, how many newbies, how many like hardworking people have invested their life savings in like a penny stock pump or a crypto, and they think that it's bulletproof. They think that they're investing in the future. They think that everyone's in on it with them. Okay? If you actually click a link below, I'll include this link about the weed stocks. And I went after this guy, the Wolf of Weed Street, and he was saying how weed is going to get legalized and it's changing the world, and all these weed stocks were going up. And this article that's below, can we show a screenshot of that, Pascal? 100%. The only reason why they went up is because everyone thought that they were going to keep going up. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I was like, these are pump and dumps. This is not going to take off. Even if weed is getting legalized, these are some of the worst companies I've ever seen. Fundamentally, they have like criminals aboard. Why are you buying a stock with a criminal with past records of fraud? How do you think he's going to do? Is he like, all better? He's like done 3 frauds. This time he's like, you know what? I've done 3 frauds. The 4th time is not going to be a fraud. No, it's a fraud. If it walks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay? You have to expect the worst. And guess what? When I started warning about the Wolf of Weed Street, his whole flock turned on me. They were all giving me death threats. Same thing when I warned about Justin Bieber's pump, about Shaq's pump. They all turned. Shaq sent me a cease and desist letter saying like, I'm going to sue you. And I was scared. But then they spelled the word egregious wrong. There's no A in egregious. It was just a junior lawyer. Shaq's pump collapsed. I was right. Justin Bieber was promoting a company. It was actually a really good company or a good technology where it would disable your phone from text messaging while you're driving. So you can't drive and text. Very good, right? There's going to be less accidents. He did a whole PSA video saying, look how great this is. Teenagers don't text and drive. The stock kept going up as Justin Bieber promoted it from like 1 to 7 cents. Justin Bieber's on the cover of Forbes. Everyone thinks he's got this revolutionary technology. I start doing some digging in the SEC filings. Wait a minute. Justin Bieber is just getting compensated a lot of money and a lot of shares. This company doesn't even own the technology. They're just licensing it from a Chinese company. And that Chinese company is licensing it from another company. No one useful owns this technology. It's just a licensing scheme. Every time a new app sells, they lose more and more money. They're just trying to use Justin Bieber to pump up the stock. Stock collapsed. I got a lot of hate saying you want teenagers to drive and text. You want them to die. You're evil. I'm like, whoa, I'm not against, this app. I think it's a good technology. I'm against the fakery. I'm against the BS. I have many students who are short sellers. They love exposing scams. They love going against the grain. I used to do that too. Okay, I've exposed so many scams. Promoters worldwide hate me. If you know any promoter, mention my name, you'll get some nasty comments. I take pride in that because I've exposed the fakery. These days, I don't short sell pump and dumps because I don't know how high they go. There's too many shorts. And frankly, I don't have the risk tolerance. I think most newbies shouldn't short sell, but you should be aware of it. Be aware that not only are people fakes, companies are fake. Cryptos are fake. I always say expect the worst in the stock market and you'll never be disappointed. If you're starting a new company, if you're starting a new stock, don't be fake. There might be good money in it for a little bit, but you're going to burn all your connections. You're going to burn your name. You're going to just, harm yourself in the future. It's not worth it, no matter what short-term profits you get. And this is the same thing with like a lot of fake people in Hollywood and a lot of fake people in business. They're like, fake it till you make it. No, don't fake it till you make it. Be real until you make it. It's harder to be real because you go through the ups and the downs. That's what entrepreneurship is. That's what life is. Being fake, I can't tell you how many startups and startup founders on their LinkedIn profile, they're just like startup, startup, startup. You never know why a company failed. You never know that their last 5 startups went bankrupt. They brush it under the rug. I'm launching a new company. You don't hear much about them for a month. I'm launching a new company. Same thing with traders on Twitter. I won $20,000. Silence, silence, silence. Show a car. I won $30,000. In between, you don't see that they're losing $5, $10, $50, $100,000. There's so many traders who lose money, they don't show it online. People get the wrong idea about trading. This is why I'm so proud of my millionaire students, not just because they've made 7 figures. I'm proud of myself, not just because I made 7 figures, and some of my students have made 8 figures, but we show all our trades openly and publicly. I don't just show my losses, I do video lessons about them. I've made a career out of being real in an industry full of fakes. How do I get through to more people? I don't know, but hopefully videos like this, send this to some fake that you know. Be like, you know what? You think no one notices? They do. And you're harming your credibility and you're hurting your future. You don't need to do it. There's a better way. Same thing with flakes. If you commit to something, do it. Don't flake out, especially multiple times. People know, people remember this stuff. And again, most people are too nice to say it to your face. I'm not. I will say it to your face. It's just a code of ethics that I live by. That way I don't walk on eggshells, I'm not stressed, and I call out BS. Why am I not saying names? Because I'm not looking for drama. Some people are just absolutely helpless. They're never going to change. That's the reality. As much as I want to help people change, I can't change for you. I can give you tips. I can give you guidance. Some students have problems cutting losses, and I'm like, just cut losses. It's simple. Trade smaller and cut a loss. See how it feels. You got to get used to it. And this is the problem with fakes and flakes. They get used to faking it, and it becomes secondary. It just becomes natural. You fake it Monday through Friday, why not fake it the next Monday through Friday? Oh, I faked it with this company, or I pretended to be profitable here, and you just keep going. It's never too late to change. You can do a mea culpa. And I think you might be surprised if you are a fake, if you are a flake, and you come out and you say, I don't know, I was listening to Tim Sykes' video, or I was doing therapy, or I had a moment with myself, whatever it takes. But if you come out with your own video, if you come out with your own email to your company, and you just say, you know what? My bad. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Things are going to be different. And you should put it on social media. Some people say, oh, keep this stuff private, Tim. Why do you have to talk about everything? I think social media is a great way to hold yourself and others accountable. If you are a trader who loses, post your losses. Have thick enough skin where if people rip on you, say, you know what? I'm going to prove my haters and doubters wrong. I've had haters since day one, since I got into penny stocks. And it didn't help that I was too egotistical in the beginning. I thought that I was, bulletproof. I could treat anybody however I wanted. It was terrible. I made that mistake when I was younger. I wish I could go back in time, but I can't. All I can do is learn from my mistakes. I was never necessarily fake with anybody, but I burned a lot of bridges. I probably went the other way too hard where, right now I don't need to name any names because I'm not looking for drama. Back then, if I had made this video in my 20s, I would have a whole list. This is a fake, this is a flake, this is a fraud, and I would have taken pride in exposing that crap. But after a while, you realize that there's just so many fakes and frauds. And again, like, you can give them guidance, you can try to get them to change, but it's up to them. And if this video helps change, a person or a company and gets them to do a mea culpa, fantastic. If this helps you understand how to be successful in the long run, where, wait a minute, life isn't perfect, trading isn't perfect, business isn't perfect, you can be real about the ups and the downs, especially with others, especially on social media, I think that you'll have a much better journey. So hopefully I can help you on that journey. My job isn't just to create millionaires. I'm trying to teach you everything I've learned the hard way over 20 plus years. I wish someone had made this video for me in the beginning. I wish more people could be like this. Business would be better, trading would be better, crypto would be better. Don't even get me started. I'll post a link to a video I just did about crypto. In the ups and the downs. I do think crypto has technological promise, but there's so many fakes, there's so many scams right now, and it's overwhelming. And I think that pollutes the industry. Same thing with trading. Like, trading should be really, really looked up to. Right now, trading is not looked up to. Penny stocks are not looked up to because you have the Wolf of Wall Street, all these wannabe Wolf of Wall Streets, the Wolf of Weed Street, who did pretty much the same thing. There's a lot of bad characters in these industries that should be great. And the promise of social media, the promise of technology and full transparency, I'm excited about, right? Like, this is what I love about crypto. You have the blockchain, you can see every transaction publicly. They can't edit it. That's a big improvement. Unfortunately, there's a ton of shady crypto characters and crypto companies built on top of the blockchain using a transparent blockchain, but they're using it in shady ways. They're not showing their names. They're doing all sorts of stuff. And that sucks. Same thing with AI, like Sam Altman and Elon Musk started OpenAI together. It was supposed to be not for profit. It turned in for profit, and basically Microsoft owns it. Elon Musk isn't happy. I'm not saying capitalism doesn't work, but capitalism corrupts. A lot of people do a lot of bad stuff for money. And I'll tell you straight up, money is nice. I love being able to travel the world. I love being able to donate millions to charity. I love being able to take care of my family and myself and live my dream life, but it's not the end all be all. I know a lot of people with a lot of money and they're very depressed because they're faking it. They have stuff that they're hiding. And even if other people aren't calling them out on it, again, the people know and they know. If you fake something, at least for me, if I I know something I've done is wrong and I don't air it out on social media or with the person, if you have an issue with a person, air it out. For me, I just find that I feel so much better, a weight has been lifted. I feel guilty. And I think a lot of people are hiding stuff from others or with their companies and they're feeling guilty and they're living in this silent, existence of shame. You don't have to do that. Air it out. You will be shocked at how forgiving people are and how grateful people are. I get messages every day where I haven't even been trading that well lately, but I've been talking about my losses. I've been talking about my lack of discipline, and people are like, thank you, this is revolutionary. And I'm just I understand how starved people are for full transparency and just the honest, blunt truth. So, this video, if enough people take my advice and they're all transparent and they all admit their mistakes, I'm out of business. My blunt, truthful information isn't worth as much. I actually profit more as a business just by being blunt, because now being blunt is so valuable because there's so many fakes. And so I say this to scam artists or failing companies or lying traders. I'm thank you for being such a scumbag, because you make my, honest, blunt teachings more valuable. And that's the truth. I'm not the best trader in the world. Some of my students have already made more than me. More of my students will make more than me in the future too. But being blunt, being real in an industry full of fakes actually is a revolutionary business, as sad as that is. I wish it weren't true. I wish what I say weren't so revolutionary. I'm just an honest guy saying what I think. That shouldn't be that hard. Everyone should be like that. But in this shady industry of trading, gurus who say, oh, I'm going to create a millionaire, there's just so much fakery. You don't need to go that route. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're going to be honest. Let me know if you're going to show up for work day in, day out, whether you make money, whether you lose money, whether you make mistakes. Fess up to your mistakes. We can all improve over time. You will be shocked at what you achieve over the years, over your life, if you stick with it. And if you live a truthful existence instead of being a fake or a flake like too many people. Screw you, LA.